Welcome back to Copper Age Gold. On this episode, we're talking about my top 10 list of characters that would surprise us if Hasbro announced them tomorrow for the G.I. Joe Classified series for G.I. Joe. Stay tuned. Copper Age Gold. Coming in at number 10, we have another Roadblock. What? Am I reading this right? What's going on? We're talking about Tiger Force Roadblock. I know, crazy, right? We've already got so many Roadblocks, and I am on the done with Roadblock train. I'm with you. I love this character. I love this figure. This thing is all I need. But what I'm saying is if it were announced tomorrow that we're getting a Tiger Force Roadblock, I would be surprised. Now, it would be an easy thing to do. It would just be a repaint. You could probably actually just use this figure and repaint it completely. Give us the Tiger Force stuff. How cool. Put everything that came with this figure with the new version. The backpack, the machine gun, the tripod, the ammo box, the helmet. Give us what we want, man. It would surprise me if we got a Tiger Force Roadblock. Number 9 on my list, we're talking about Recondo from 1984. One of my favorites as a kid. I always loved Recondo. He had the hat that was curled up on one side. I always thought that was cool. I don't know why. I still think it's cool. I wouldn't wear it. Would you wear it? I wouldn't wear it, but whatever. I always thought Recondo was a cool figure. Cool character. Liked him on the cartoon. Recondo from 1984. Recondo was a jungle trooper and he hated the cold weather. So I always put him on my Snowcat, just because. He came with a rifle and a backpack. Number 8 on my list, one of my favorites as a kid. We're talking Footloose. Footloose. Gotta make some juice. Wheeze. Sue. I don't know. Anyway, Footloose, one of my favorite characters. In 1985, the infantry trooper. I think everybody who likes Footloose likes him because of the cartoon. It was weird. It was like he was an infantry trooper, but he was like a surfer dude, and it was just weird. But I always liked Footloose as a character, loved him as an action figure as a kid. So I want to see Footloose. In 1985, Footloose came with a lot of cool stuff. A helmet, a rifle, a backpack, a Law rocket launcher. I mean, come on. How could you not love Footloose as a kid? I mean, right? Number 7 of the figures that would surprise me if G.I. Joe announced them tomorrow for the Classified series line. For G.I. Joe, I gotta tell you, I would be surprised, but I would be very happy. I would love to see this figure made. I think he is perfect for the Classified series. I'm talking about Shockwave. Shockwave was a SWAT specialist, and he was released in 1988. And Shockwave came with a bunch of cool stuff too. And you could really load him up on his Classified series figure. Give him all kinds of cool stuff. I mean, come on. How could you not love a figure of Shockwave? It would surprise me. Shockwave came with a machine gun, a handgun, a knife, and a backpack. Give him all of that. And even give him more. I mean, why not, right? Number 6 on my list, we're talking Lowlight. I would love to see a Lowlight figure. He was the Night Spotter and released in 1986. Lowlight was a cool character, and he came with a big gun. Lowlight came with a sniper rifle, with a bipod, an Uzi, and a backpack. Lowlight was really cool, and I'm pretty sure everybody else who's watching this thought so too back then. Number 5 on my list, we're talking about Tunnel Rat. That's right. An EOD specialist, explosive ordnance disposal. 1987. This guy was awesome. He came with a rifle, backpack, bag, and 2 flashlights. Tunnel Rat was awesome. Not only was he a cool figure, he was sculpted after the likeness of writer of G.I. Joe comics, Larry Hama from 1982 to 1994. Larry is a legend. Thank you, Larry. Number 4 on my list of characters that would shock and surprise me if Hasbro announced them tomorrow for the G.I. Joe Classified Series line for G.I. Joe, we're talking Mainframe, the computer specialist from 1986. It totally would surprise me if we saw a Mainframe figure. Mainframe came packaged with a backpack, a phone, a hose, and a computer. Now, I know times are different from 1986, so we can load him up with new tech gear, laptop, cell phones, whatever you want to do. Cool backpack to store some stuff, give him a cool look. I think that it could work. It would just shock and surprise me if we got a Mainframe figure. Number 3 on my list, we're talking one of my favorites from my childhood. I love this guy. Pretty sure you love this guy too. From 1985, we are talking the Mountain Trooper, Alpine. This guy was awesome. One of my favorites. Just thought the sculpt was really cool on him. And for whatever reason, I remember having Alpine and always playing with him in the tree in my backyard. You can load Alpine up because originally he was loaded up. He had a backpack, he had a machine gun, he had launch line, he had grappling hooks, he had an axe. This dude came ready to go. Number 2 on my list of characters that would shock and surprise me if I heard tomorrow that they were going to be made for the G.I. Joe Classified Series line by Hasbro for G.I. Joe would be Grunt. Now, I'm from Ohio, and Grunt was from Columbus, Ohio, so he holds a special place in my heart. But I do think it would be shocking and surprising if we heard tomorrow that there was going to be a Grunt figure made. Now, we could army build him and just make him a green shirt, just make him a regular trooper, but I don't think that was ever the intention for Grunt. Originally, I think Grunt was just supposed to be a one-off character like all of the other characters. But there is potential there for army building. And I gotta tell you, I might be interested in some Grunt army building. I wouldn't mind seeing 4 or 8 or 12 green shirts to go along with my G.I. Joe regular normal characters. What about you? Grunt came packed with a helmet, backpack, and a rifle. Now, that's a little light. I think that we could really load him up and put some really cool stuff in there to make him an infantry trooper that we could all love and be proud of. Before we get to number 1 on my list, please leave a like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. I'm doing everything I can to expand our universe a little bit more. Number 1 on my list of figures that would shock and surprise us if Hasbro made them for the G.I. Joe Classified Series line for G.I. Joe. Number 1 would be Doc. I would be shocked if they made a Doc figure. I'm not saying I would hate it. I would buy it. But I would be shocked if they made a figure of Doc. Doc was released in 1983. Doc came with a helmet, flare launcher, and a stretcher, and I think it would look cool for classified. Well, that's it. That's my top 10. Let me know your top 10 in the comments below. Let me know the top 10 figures that if Hasbro made them for the G.I. Joe Classified Series line that you would be shocked and surprised by. Leave them in the comments below, and I will try to respond to all of them I can. Well, that about wraps up this episode of Copper Age Gold. Thanks for watching, and as always, I will see you in the toy aisles.